Oh hi, thanks for watching my video. The Goth family have been pretty well known in the franchise since the beginning and even had an entire storyline revolve around them in one of the games. They're iconic, they're superstars, and today we're going to be talking about the evolution of the Goth family. So where else to start than The Sims 1, otherwise known at the time as The Sims. So there were a few pre-made households in The Sims and the Goth family were one of them. The family consisted of Bella, her husband Mortimer, and their child daughter Cassandra Goth. Bella Goth is represented as an elegant and athletic Sim who has a creative streak. Their home has a piano and she will often autonomously go and play music. Her star sign is Cancer, something her and I have in common. Admittedly though, she's a bit more classy than I am. Mortimer Goth wears a suit and at this point is a test subject in the science career. He's also a Taurus. Their daughter Cassandra is quite shy and is the only Sim in the family to have her star sign change. She is a Cancer in the Sims 1 games and later becomes a Virgo somehow in the Sims 2. The aesthetics of the Sims and their homes is of a Gothic style, complete with gravestones in their garden. There is another household linked to the Goth family in The Sims 1, but we don't know that yet. In the family bin there is the Bachelor household, Michael Bachelor, who in later games is revealed to be Bella's brother. The Sims 1 didn't have a family tree or genetic system, so there was nothing linking them as siblings in the first game. In The Sims 1 there isn't really much to set the Goth family apart from the other families. They seem a bit quirky, sure, but nothing to indicate how big of a role they will play in the future. The Sims Unleashed introduced Gunther and Cornelia Goth, Mortimer's parents and Cassandra's grandparents. Cornelia is a big fan of tea and often has tea parties with her granddaughter Cassandra. There is more to Cornelia's roots than we are initially shown in The Sims 1, but I'll get onto that later. The Sims 1 was also released on console, although like with the other Sims console games, it wasn't quite the same as the PC version. The Goth family's personalities are pretty much the same, and they look as similar as they can to the PC versions as well. Mortimer is a B-level movie star in the game. Michael Bachelor is also in The Sims on console, although again isn't directly connected to the Goths at this stage. The Sims Bustin' Out was then released on console only, and the Goth family made a return. It looks like this game was set prior to The Sims 1 because Bella and Mortimer are there, and they are married, but Cassandra isn't, so it seems like the game was either set before baby Cassie was born or after she had moved out. Bella and Mortimer live in Goth Manor. Bella works as a horror movie extra in the movie star career, and she likes to play the piano and read. She wears her now signature red dress, but she does look different from the previous versions of Bella Goth. For one, her hair is no longer black, it's now brown, and her skin looks lighter than before too. Mortimer is a mad scientist and enjoys synthesizing music. He also appears to have aged a bit since The Sims 1 as his hair has gone a bit grey. So perhaps it is more likely that it was after Cassandra had moved out and it was set after The Sims 1. It's never really clarified. Then The Sims 2 came out, and boy did things take a turn. The Sims 2 really went all in with the storytelling. Every base game neighbourhood had their own story, and in the neighbourhood of Pleasant View, the Goth family were the centre of that story. Bella Goth had gone missing, and it's believed that she was abducted by aliens one night, and no one saw her since. Her disappearance quickly became the biggest mystery in The Sims. It was everywhere. Her face was plastered on multiple build and buy objects, and she even appeared on milk cartons as a missing person. After you see the initial story, it's up to you as the player if you want to explore the memories of the local townies to find out what happened. The Goth family are living in Pleasant View. Mortimer is a retired mad scientist, and oh look, his star sign went from Taurus to Cancer. I guess Cassie wasn't the only one after all. We can tell from The Sims 2 that Bella and Mortimer had a second child, Alexander. Alex doesn't have memories of his mother's disappearance, but Cassandra and Mortimer both have memories of Bella being abducted. Bella must have been gone a while because Mortimer has well and truly moved on. He is now in a romantic relationship with new girl in town, Dina Caliente, a townie who lives with her sister, Nina, although it's widely believed that Dina is only interested in Mortimer for his money. Cassandra is now an adult and is engaged to another new townie, Don Lothario, the local heartthrob who is also seeing a few other ladies on the side, including Dina and Nina Caliente, and Cassandra is none the wiser. According to his bio, Don Lothario was actually the last sim to see Bella before she disappeared. His memories show that she came over, he tried to kiss her but got rejected, and then she was abducted on his roof deck. Dina and Nina Caliente are also heavily suggested to have been involved with Bella's disappearance. This is referenced in the storytelling of the game, and according to their family tree, they're also part alien. Did their family ties come in handy when planning an accidental abduction? Mortimer is an elder sim in The Sims 2, but Bella is shown to be much younger, despite them being similar ages. It is believed that when Mortimer was a mad scientist, he created a reverse aging serum which he tested on Bella, which explains her youth. You can see the Goth family tree in The Sims 2. Both Mortimer and Bella's parents are deceased. But interestingly, Mortimer's mother, Cornelia, is from the Crumplebottom family. A little bit of digging will quickly reveal that Cornelia has a sister called Agnes. That's right, kids. Agnes Crumplebottom is Mortimer Goth's aunt and great-aunt to Cassandra and Alexander. Who knew? So according to Pleasant View's story, we know that Bella once lived there with her family, then she went to Don Lothario's house and was abducted by aliens, never to be seen again. In the Sims 2 base game there are 3 neighbourhoods. The separate neighbourhood of Strangetown also focused on Bella's disappearance. There is a crashed alien spaceship on the ground, and if you explore the neighbourhood for long enough, you just might bump into no other than Bella Goth. She wanders around the neighbourhood as a non-playable character. Her memory is completely wiped. It is still questioned to this day whether this version of Bella is the real Bella Goth, because she looks noticeably different from the Bella that lived in Pleasant View, but it seems to be more of an oversight than a breadcrumb. The Sims 2 never really closes the story, and despite being able to find some information, there isn't enough to solve the mystery, so this game leaves quite the cliffhanger. The Sims 2 also came out on console, but the Goth family didn't make much of an appearance in this game, so we'll move on. Following the console release, The Sims 2 on PSP came out, and with it we got a few more nuggets of information regarding Bella's story. Bella is hiding from aliens in Strangetown. At this point, she still has no memory of her family. She's looking to sell her home in Strangetown because it's haunted by 3 ghosts, one of which being Nervous Subject. Bella is apparently not very good at keeping secrets, and 4 of her secrets are revealed throughout the game. She apparently married for money and never truly loved Mortimer. She also knows Kung Fu and is running away because she was abducted by aliens. The Sims 3 was set 25 years ahead of The Sims 1 and 50 years ahead of The Sims 2. So we wouldn't be getting any abduction answers here, but a better understanding of how the Goth family were as children. Needless to say, Cassandra and Alexander are not featured in this game. The story goes that before Pleasant View there was Sunset Valley, a neighbourhood founded by Gunther and Cornelia Goth. Bella obviously has her maiden name of Bachelor and lives with her parents Simis and Jocasta and brother Michael. The Sims 3 introduced traits to give Sims a bit more personality. Bella Goth's traits are lucky, brave and good. She likes Ratatouille, the colour red and custom music. There's nothing too spectacular about Bella's family, they just seem like normal Sims. Mortimer lives with his parents Gunther and Cornelia. Gunther is an established CEO and helped found the town of Sunset Valley, along with the Landgrab family. Cornelia is a stay-at-home mum to their son, and their aesthetic is gothic in their appearance and home. Mortimer's traits are artistic, grumpy and ambitious. He likes French toast, the colour black and classical music. His best friend is Bella Goth. They love spending time together and playing games. There is a book in The Sims 3 called Murder in Pleasant View, and that book, along with another, was written by Alexander Goth, a Sim who hadn't even been born yet. A popular theory is that he had access to a time machine at some point in The Sims 2 and travelled back in time to write the book as a warning of his mother's fate. This has never been officially explained by the Sims team, but it could explain why the family seem perfectly intact in The Sims 4, which we'll get onto later. There was also The Sims 3 on Nintendo DS, and that gave us another breadcrumb of the Goth story. Alexander Goth, now referred to as just Alex, lives in the town of Beacon Bay as a young adult with his wife Cecilia Goth. His family bio states that he and his wife have lived there since the beginning, and his gloominess is a result of having a father named Mortimer. Then, after The Sims 3, we got The Sims Social. Bella made an appearance in this game too. She lives in the town of Little Haven and appeared to have no memory of what happened to her after her abduction. She seems to know that she was abducted though, as in this game she is determined to get answers and sets off in search of UFOs in order to hopefully regain her memories. Bella followed every lead she could, and despite talking to many aliens, she couldn't find the ones who abducted her. After relentlessly searching for months, she tries hypnotherapy, and unbelievably, she manages to recover her lost memories. She wrote everything down in her journal so that if she were ever abducted again, she could recover her memories in the future. She plans to publish her notes one day, but as of yet, hasn't announced a date. At this point in time, Bella has made peace with her life in Little Haven. She likes Chinese food and would love to be a fashion buyer or mystery customer for luxury spa resorts. The Sims 4 then came along in 2014 and featured Bella, Mortimer, Cassandra and Alexander, the picture-perfect family. It kind of reminds me of the wall in The Good Place that says, "Everything's fine." You want to trust the message, but deep down, something seems amiss. Are we really going to pretend that nothing happened? The abduction didn't happen? Bella never went missing? The Sims 4 is set on an alternative timeline, so everything I just told you, don't worry about it. Doesn't matter in this game. But who knows? Maybe the next Sims installment will follow the storyline laid out by the previous games. Definitely not bitter. Bella works as an intelligence researcher and her traits are good, family-oriented, romantic and gregarious. Mortimer works as a freelance article writer and his traits are bookworm, outgoing, creative and quick learner. Cassandra is a C high school student and Alex is a C grade school student. The Sims Mobile came out in 2018 and Bella Goth is featured as a helper of sorts. She guides the player through the tutorial, but that's about it. There isn't anything specific to her character, so really, it could have been any old Sim. And that is the story of the Goth family in The Sims. Quite a few twists and turns for their story. For me, the biggest surprise was finding out that Agnes Crumplebottom was a member of the Goth family. Who's your favourite Goth? I'd love to know in the comments. And that's it. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe, you know I love it when you do that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.